This video will show you how to define a database in ArachnoDB and specifically how to model a medical center. Now, a medical center is a very complex organization. It consists of staff, such as medical, maintenance, food service, admissions, but it also has hospitals and obviously it has patients. We're going to focus on one segment of the medical center and define just one area. That area will be the staff, which will have the medical staff, so the doctors, surgeons, and nurses, etc. Now, the first step in defining anything in ArachnoDB is to define the database. In this case, we'll create a database called healthcare, and then we'll define types. Now, types, from a reference standpoint, are very similar to tables in a relational model. We also have a built-in type or a special type called person. Now, person types are used anytime you're tracking information on individuals. We'll now define our first type called staff. A staff will inherit the fields or bring the fields in from person so that we bring in name, email, address. This is for consistency. Then we'll add an employee ID for the hospital. The next thing we'll do is use that staff type to create our doctor's type. Now, the doctor's type will inherit the fields from staff as well as the employee ID, and then we'll add a main office number for the doctor. We'll do the same for nurses, which inherit staff as well as the RN number, and finally we'll define surgeons, which again inherit staff as well as the certification for the surgeon. I'll now show you how to do this in ArachnoDB. In order to create a database to support a medical center, you go to ArachnoDB and click, in this case, on Healthcare Database I created earlier. Healthcare Database, I would then click on Schema to define types. Now, types from a reference standpoint are very similar to tables in a relational model. At the top, you'll see the types I've currently created, as well at the bottom, an add-on of person type. Person type has all the fields associated with a person: name, email address, etc. Now, an add-on can be used anywhere in ArachnoDB. Go back to Types, and now click on the Staff type, which will support my medical center. As you can see, there's no fields currently associated with staff. To inherit the person type, I clicked on Inherit Primary, and click on Person. I now added all the fields associated with that person type to the staff type here. I'll also add the employee ID to staff. Now, whenever I use the staff type, I'll not only get the email and address fields, I'll also get the employee ID. If I go back to the main type screen, click on Doctors. Now, doctors only have one field associated with the primary office. In order to include the staff type, I click on Staff. As you can see, I have all the fields associated with person, the staff employee ID, as well as primary office. If I go back to my types, click on Nurse. Now, Nurse has already included those fields as well as the RN number. And finally, Surgeon. Surgeon has those fields as well as its certification field. That's how types are defined in ArachnoDB.